Hello YouTube, welcome again to another video. It's been a long time since we didn't do videos like this. We always do lives all the time. So this time it's about Banlist discussion. It's been a long time since we didn't have this. Of course, now on the verge of a new format. We are in the new format, but on the verge of another format when the Banlist really drops. And we are going to see what cards should be back, what cards should be banned, of course. And starting with the old format, I think now it's time to not say goodbye to the old decks, but at least lower their strength. And for Malice first, we are going to discuss this. So there is a problem here. If you kill White Binder, it's over for the deck. You cannot, I don't think you can play the deck really in a serious tournament, especially with the new, not only time rules, but also new top cuts in top 8. I don't think you go with with a deck like this into a tournament planning to go top 8 or something like that. So I think, and also there is March Hare, which is $23 a copy as well. So probably Konami wants still to sell another set with that card in there. So I think they will still lower the deck's strength either by limiting probably Dormouse, but I don't think it's a good idea because the deck can still do the same things, just a little bit less consistently, or immediately kill Red Ransom. And this lowers a little bit of the consistency of the deck. You cannot get the field spell, so you should go immediately into White Binder. I think this will lower the power of the deck. I'm really not sure if this will really lower the power of the deck, but I think it's a good start. And if this is not enough, then afterwards you have to ban White Binder immediately. But I don't think really Konami wants to do that right now. For Rizeal, which is the next topic, I think Duo Drive is too strong. Not only it requires only 2 level 4s, but it searches 2 cards. Insane. One of them is a negate by detaching a card from a Rizeal Xyz monster. This is insane. The card is insane. It's easily accessed. I don't think it's great. Another card like this, which is really a bridge. These cards are a bridge. This card is 2 level 4s. From another deck, you can go to the other side. From Mitsurugi, you can go to the Rizeal. And this card, it's from the Rizeal, you can go into the Mitsurugi by Feral Imps. For me, I think this card is still fair a little bit. Of course, Mitsurugis are really too strong, so we should more hit Mitsurugis than hit this card. And even Mitsurugis, I don't think you should hit them too hard. I think limiting prayers, and I think this card should be kept at 3. You can either do this, limit prayer and keep Hapakiri at 3, or do the more stupid kind of hit with semi-limiting these 2. But this is really stupid, honestly. But we know Konami can really do that, but really we should just do this. I mean, limiting prayers and then keeping Habakira at 3, and afterwards, if Mitsurugi is still too strong, we can start by doing some kind of things like that. So I think this deals with Mitsurugi a little bit right now, but we are going to talk now about still an old relic of the the old format, how quickly things change. Of course, now K9s are really the engine that everyone and every deck really trying to play. Even Malice plays K9 engine, which is too good. But still, this card is still a problem, of course. I mean, we shouldn't really have this kind of access to such a card, but Konami will not ban Caesar because DDD support is coming, so this card will stay unlimited for now. But of course, there is a problem. Either you limit Engraver, but I don't think the engine is interesting. The Finsmith engine was never bad. It was never bad for the game. It was an interesting engine, but I think the access to Caesar, the easy access to Caesar was bad. So I think Necrocurve ban, I think it's good. Of course, now the engine doesn't do anything, but in the future it might come back again, and I don't want to get Caesared again. There is probably combos that you can do that probably gets you to Caesar, which is really insane. I don't believe in those, but there probably can be, so you never know. So I think Engraver should stay like this. I don't think the Finsmith engine does anything. It's not a unfair engine. The only unfair thing about the engine was this. It was always this. And since there is a DDD support, I don't think it's banned, so this is really the only option. Will Konami do it? Now the engine doesn't do anything. They probably will go into the normal route that everybody is really advocating for, which is limiting Engraver. I don't think it's a good idea, honestly. It's a fairly fair card and a fairly interesting card as well. Move into the current format and the current problems, of course, because there is no perfect format and there's always problems. Konami creates them as well. Just you can see so many things are coming that are not really too good to look at. But the current problems we have is this kind of cards that shouldn't be a thing, honestly. I mean, we should stop printing those. Of course, I mean, this card, it should have been done before. I think the OCG did ban this card. I think the TCG will follow through because this card is stupid. So I don't think I should talk about this too much. Now this is a hit, a semi-hit to vanquish Soul K9, but I think the deck can function just super fine without this card, and yeah, it doesn't do anything to the deck anyways. I mean, it just gets a spot from the extra deck out, so the deck can still play more other interesting options as well, which is great. I mean, Vanquish Soul players will be happy that this card is banned. Finally, a card that they not only it's very tough to summon, but still they would love to have a space for other interesting options, but they don't. So no, it's good for them. But for Yummy is a deck that honestly the usual one card combos, you know. Of course, this is a fairly interesting deck, and I'm very happy that this is a deck of the format, but still, there are some really broken things about this deck, and one of them is Obedience Schooled. I don't think I should talk, no? People will say, you're taking my deck, you're killing it outright. It's not killing it, of course. You can have one copy, but you cannot have 3 copies of this card. Yeah, this is insane. Summon 3 from the deck, of course. You tell me you locked in beasts, I don't care. Summon 3 from the deck. Summon 3 cards from the deck. Sets up your grave, sets up your board. An insane card, honestly. This should go to one fairly now, honestly. Otherwise, we are going to have problems. It's gonna probably be done either this Banlist or the next Banlist, but this card is too strong, so it shouldn't stay like this. Now, there is a debate whether we ban Hornet Drones because this card is a starter for the deck, which shouldn't be a thing. But if you hit the Obedience School, you can leave this card limited without, of course, unlimited. And of course, it's gonna be fairly insane. But you can keep this card if you just limit Obedience Schooled. And you can also probably limit this card because, I mean, they can make two of them things. I mean, it's too much, honestly. This card is not only a negate, but a floodgate. Also, any monster sent from the hand or the grave or the deck is banished instead. I mean, this card is not only a negate, but a floodgate. It's not right, honestly. So now we are moving to another topic now that we took the engines part, that we moved from the engines part, from the decks part. So now we are going to the staples, and the staples is really a very tough subject all the time. And of course we have some heavy hitters here, some very heavy hitters, honestly. So now, of course, now we are going to talk about Triple Tactics Trust. This card is too strong right now, too strong, period. It was very strong before. Of course, it had minimal impact, but now it's really shining because the K9 engine is a thing, and in turn 0 you summon a lot, and then the one, let's just say you are going second and your opponent is playing first, activating cards from hand. You are trying to interact with them in order to summon your Izuna sends Lupus. You try to Xyz in your opponent's turn, which is, I mean, fair gameplay. You're not setting up something crazy. But then your opponents Triple tactics talent, triple tactics thrust into talent, triple tactics thrust into setting a floodgate. Of course, there are some insane traps, normal traps that you can set and just floodgate your opponent. So I think this card should firstly be limited, and maybe in the future this card becomes a little bit problematic. Of course, it's gonna be sacky, like triple tactics talent, but I don't believe that Konami will ban this card outright. They didn't do it with talents. Talent was too stupid as well, so I don't think they will do it with this card. I don't think I should talk about this. Okay. Moving on to another hot topic is Droll and Lockbird. This card is honestly, is sometimes unfair, sometimes unnecessary evil. Honestly, even though this card is just too fucking strong, I don't think banning or limiting this card is the right way, because if not for this card in the format as a threat, we would have been seeing some fucking shenanigans. It wouldn't be great, because this is the gateway for so many rogue shenanigans that can come back and that ruin your tournament or ruin your life in some tournaments. You're not gonna be happy. What we want when you play tournaments, etc., is to have a minimal number of decks that you can play against and you can prepare for you to be in that mindset that to reduce a little bit of variance. Of course, Droll is really strong and sometimes unfair, but it's a necessary evil. We can't play Yu-Gi-Oh without a card like this. This card is really a gateway to hell's doors, honestly. If you just ban this card, it's just like opening Pandora's box, you know. It's insane. But now, of course, the Moltarmies. What can we say? Of course, Purulia, I mean, you can really say, Purulia is summoning from hand. How many summons are you really summoning from hand? If you, normal decks, so many normal decks don't summon too much from hand. So, I mean, Purulia is fine, but this is a near version of Max C. Each time you special summon from hand, you special summon from deck or extra deck, you draw a card. This card is really, 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 really oppressive. For me, honestly, these kind of cards shouldn't have been printed. Purulia is fairly, I mean, in the limit, but this card is just another. Of course, it's a maxi with lower strength, but still a kind of maxi type of card. And I don't think that the game is. I don't think a fair game is created if this card is in the game. So, for me, honestly, I don't want these cards to be here. For me, I really wish sometime this card will be banned. But this card is gonna be reprinted in the tins and in so many other places, so I don't think they will touch it. Which is honestly not great for the game. I don't think these cards are great for the game, especially this Fualos. But what can we do? I mean, this is insane. And we go back to the last staple, which is Shifter. I think now it's time to get this card just gets out of the way, because now Vanquished Soul can play it. You can win against so many other decks. You can win against Luna Light easily. You can win again. This card really makes it a hard time for Yummy to play, unless I'm really stupid. And Dracotail as well. I mean, this card is just unfair. I don't think this card should be in the game. So it's time this card hits the dust and we finally get rid of it. So that's all there is to it. Same with these Floodgates. I don't think I should talk about these. Such cards should not be in the game. Anyways, there can be only one. We saw how it won Julian the top 4 matchup against Yummy. This card can be used against Vanquished Soul K9. It's not fair. Goes and match. It can be used against any other deck as well, like Vanquish Soul, and you just not kill them, but it's a Floodgate. Yeah, this card should be banned, of course. Yeah, anti-spell as well should be banned, but what can we say? You can always... Sometimes you really wonder why Konami still keeps those cards, because they want to. I think so. They really want those Floodgates there. And now for the more, let's just fun kind of unlimits, you know. I mean, yeah, Pearly doesn't do anything. Why still keeping these things semi-limited? Why do? Just to keep the semi-limited with big number of cards for no reason. Why? This card can come back as well. It's limited, but it can go directly to 3, nobody cares. Of course, Master Plan. This card is banned. A wish list. Why not? Let's see. If it does really shenanigans, you can remove it back as well. But I mean, let's see. This deck dies to Droll, and Droll is really strong. Dies to everything, of course. So why not? People have been advocating for this card to be back. I don't think this card does anything. Detonator is just a far better card. I don't know why Konami still keeps this card very banned. I don't know. This is a controversial one, Meow Mew, but I mean, I don't think Prank Kids can really do anything right now. It's been a long time since this deck has been outdated. Yeah, give people what they want. Give us this to see. Now this is a little bit controversial. Savage Dragon and Kid Kalos. We start with Savage Dragon. There is a world where this card comes back just because there is a Boral support. It's Dragon Link support, let's just say that. And I think probably Savage Dragon is a good argument to sell the deck, because the deck, I think banning Savage Dragon really killed the deck, honestly. Otherwise, people would have continued a little bit to play this deck. Of course, I don't advocate for a negate to come back, but I can very well see this card come back. So why not? But a card that I don't see coming back. Sorry for Tearlaments fans, including myself. But yeah, this card is too strong. If this card comes back, it will be hell breaking loose again. So I don't think it's a really great, a real great way to, to save the game by unbanning a strong card like Kid Kalos, which will create more variants. So yeah, this was my Banlist prediction. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about what I made here, and what do you think I should really add here, and what do you think I really made a mistake by either putting in forbidden section or limited or semi-limited, what I did omit, what I did forgot as well. I might really have forgotten a lot. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.